Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Compact Crew podcast. I'm going to be your host for today, Brian, and with me I have Dan, as usual.
What's up?
And we don't have Jimmy, but we have two guests this time. Dan, would you like to introduce our guests?
Yep, we have Jen. She's been on here before, and we have Samir.
Hello.
Samir, this is your first time on the podcast.
It's my first time on any podcast, so just cut me some flack.
Yeah, the exclusive.
Well, anytime that we have a guest, which has only been Jen,
right,
come on the show, we like to ask them how they got into anime and what your favorite shows are. So if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, go right ahead.
Yeah, so hello, I'm Samir. I'm, I guess, cosplayer, I guess. I don't know, whenever I feel like it. I also just dabble in YouTube. I mean, not anymore, but I mean, I just do whatever I want. Yeah, no, how I got into anime is I started I feel like everyone else, in elementary school, I got into Pokemon, and then
nice.
Middle school was a huge Naruto craze for whatever reason, at least in my middle school.
Oh yeah.
So literally everyone will not stop talking about Naruto, and I dabbled into that one, and then from there, I think in high school I just occasionally watch more and more anime here and there. I think the big one was ninth grade, which was Angel Beats, and I'm I can't believe anime can get depressing.
Yeah.
I was sad for a good 3 months after watching that.
Yeah.
And then it just spiraled from there. And I think I started watching anime weekly, I think after I graduated high school.
Yeah.
And I just never stopped. And I have this crippling addiction of watching weekly. So I should probably stop.
Oh, no. So what season of ones are you watching now?
What anime am I watching?
Yeah,
right now?
the current ones.
I'm watching quite a bunch. I'm watching Man Abyss season 2. I'm watching
nice.
The RWBY anime. I have to pull up my. I can't.
That's all good. Don't worry.
Okay,
we pull out our phones, check stuff all the time. Right? The Queen's something, right? The newer one. No, the RWBY.
Oh, RWBY.
Yeah,
right?
They Ice Queendom. Yeah,
yeah. They kind of. It's like a remake of the first season, something like of the original season.
Yeah, because here the thing is that during high school, me and a large group of my friends, we were into RWBY, and we just loved the fight scenes. So when this anime came out, we were all oh shit, this is first of all, it made me feel like I was back in high school again. I'm excited for RWBY again.
The nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what it is that it's the same as the original RWBY, but it's it deviates after episode, I guess 3 or something like that.
Oh, so it's a reboot kind of? Instead of a remake, kind of more of a reboot, and they change it a little bit?
Kind of. I don't think they're gonna go. I think this is just gonna be a one and done thing. I don't know if it will go any further.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of okay. It's kind of like Persona 5. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good. I like it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
How's the animation now? Because I couldn't get into RWBY at first just because of the animation, but I know it's supposed to be amazing. How's the animation now?
So the animation, it's for Shaft, it's because I watch Monogatari, and it's really damn good.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't compare it to that because
that's insane. Yeah, it's so good.
But yeah, no, it's okay. It's not bad. It's just my little gripe with it is that I'm watching it and it's okay, it's great that's an anime, but at the same time, I enjoyed watching original RWBY for even though you said the animation in the beginning volumes, they weren't amazing,
mm-hmm.
but there was some sort of seamless sort of the way Monty and his crew conducted fights and everything like that. It was very seamless, and one character goes into another, and it was, you watch RWBY for the fight scenes. It's just that's just how it is. Yeah, so.
That's cool.
But with the anime, it's fine. It does its job.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, as far as RWBY goes, the Rooster Teeth anime studio, they switched over programs around season 4. right? Remember, like they kind of used like one software for like 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And then 4th season they switched over to another software, and it's gotten like a lot better. Like it looks really good now.
Yeah, the
like,
animation, the animation's a lot better now. But like, I don't know. In my opinion, it's like ever since volume 1, 2, and 3 was when I was super into it, and then ever since like volume 4, I just simmered down.
Didn't hit the same.
Yeah, it was something about volume 4 and after, and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I understand. Like because I've watched up to like what's the newest season's 8, I believe, right?
I think so.
Or volume 8.
Yeah, volume 8.
And I kind of agree where I feel like they were more focused on the fights and the action in the first like 2 or 3 seasons, because again, like, you know, Monty passed away, so he didn't have that control over like how things like played out. So I think they went from all the fight scenes and stuff, and then more or less kind of tried to create more of a story. And then I don't know, to me, like you said, it just kind of like started going a little, not as much of a downhill, because I was really into it until like 6 or 7, and then I was like, okay, I'm kind of like not watching it weekly. You know, I watched season 8 when all of it kind of came out.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't into it every week.
Yeah, RWBY, you don't watch. I feel like, at least for me, you don't watch it for the story. You watch it for the action.
Yeah.
And I felt like ever since volume 4, and I watched like, I got bored, so I watched a couple like analysis videos, and I agree with them. Ever since volume 4 and after, it was the fight scenes just, it didn't hit the same. I don't know. It's just they weren't as like fluid with one fight to the next. It was very like the way they handled them wasn't as great as before. So if their fight scenes aren't as good, then it's like, well, now
that's what you were there for.
Yeah, that's what I was there for. Now it's like kind of a tad bit watered down. So yeah.
I got you.
I feel that. Do you have a personal favorite anime, or one that like really means something to you from like just any time period?
Are we gonna go into like my like favorite anime? Is this what
yeah, man?
Yeah.
I know
tell us, man.
That's a tough question, but
no, it doesn't. I can.
Oh no.
I can easily.
Oh yeah,
say
he's got an answer. Let's go.
Yeah,
What you
so
got?
my favorite anime of all time is Clannad After Story.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Very sad.
I sort of like, I tell people this, and the first thing, I'm always bracing for impact, because literally the first thing that a majority of people will say is, but I can't get into it because of the eyes and the art style. And I'm like,
yeah,
I get it.
It has
but
the
like,
old, like early mid 2000s art style. Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's just, I get it, because I was there at one point, right? I was like, why are they, it looks like bug-eyed almost.
Yeah.
But then like, I don't know, when I first watched in like high school, and I just like, what makes it, what elevates it for me is that I watched it like in like 12th grade, and like I think the story was like in their last year of high school, so I'm like fully
You're right
immersed. I'm like right there, and then like, wait, have you got any of you guys?
I watched it.
What? Okay, so like, After Story is like after like high school, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, whoa, it's the wonders of after high school. It's so sad, and it teaches you about family and everything like that, and like still like the lessons that you learn that like I still take to this day, and like I learned so much from that anime, and it just like cements itself as like the best anime of all time for me. I don't think anything can really top that. So yeah.
And a lot of people didn't get to After Story because they didn't like the first part, just regular Clannad as much. And I'm like, I get it, but you really got to push through, because After Story just makes it so much better.
After Story is like, I still rarely see this in anime today. Just like, it's like, oh, what happens after the main two get together? And like, what's the story after,
Yeah.
And I want to see that, So yeah, no, I love it. I love it so much. I'm like gushing about it. Like,
No, it's
hell yeah,
so
man,
good.
let's go.
Yeah.
It's so funny hearing about someone else's favorite anime and it has like meaning to them, and I'm just like, yeah, my favorite anime is buff dudes powering up and just punching the shit out of each other. He's like, oh, it taught me about life, about family. I'm just like,
I mean, I can appreciate buff dudes beating each other up. I also like JoJo. So
JoJo.
yeah, let's
JoJo.
go. We have a JoJo fan. Fuck yeah.
I think I'm only on part 4. I watch here or there. It's just a nice little treat in between anime. Just watch a couple episodes. It's great.
Yeah, I feel like as long as someone has gotten past part 3, because that's the most popular part, you know. I think I said, what was I on part 5? I'm on part 5. I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, and I liked part 4 a lot. Have you seen all of the parts or no?
I'm like caught up right now.
Okay.
Part 6 right now.
I gotta catch up to watch Stone Ocean because I've heard that part 6 is really good, and then a lot of people say part 7's like really good too in the manga.
Yeah,
so.
I heard part 7's like peak. So like,
I know, it's so weak. It's crazy to hear that.
Yeah, it's just what worries me now is like, of course, I'm not going to say any spoilers about part 6, but the way they're handling part 6 with like Netflix and like releasing the episodes in bunches is like the most annoying thing that we have to like put up. It's like, just release it weekly. I remember watching part 5, like, I think it's part of the reason why part 5 is like, at like, it's like second place for me in terms of like the parts, but like, part 5, it like every week I get to look forward to, I watch it and then I get to like talk about it with friends in the community. And that was like the funnest thing ever. I get to see like the JoJo memes before the JoJo memes actually become a thing. You know, like the dance, you know, the torture dance. I saw that before, like, you know, everyone posted about it and I was like, yeah, I was there since the beginning.
that is one of the coolest parts about like catching up in the manga. So like I like I said before, I caught up in One Piece, which is news.
It's been hard to avoid spoilers.
It's been hard to avoid spoilers. Like I go on Twitter a lot and I have to mute like the tag like One Piece or spoil. You know, I'm like mute,
I never had to, but now it's getting thrown at me. I'm like, stop it.
It's just I know. It's so funny because I remember Dan was like, yeah, I'm around like 900 or something like that, and I started reading it like in March. And now I'm caught up, and Dan's like, now I'm behind shit.
I got up to chapter 942 or something like that, and it's one of those things where I'll read a couple chapters, then I'll go to another manga, read the whole series, and then I'm like, I guess I should read a couple chapters of One Piece. Yeah, but it's so dense. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, I'll get through like 3, and I'm like, I'll just read a whole other manga in its entirety.
Yeah, it's wild too because we were talking about My Hero Academia had a new chapter and something really big happened, and then Dan was like, oh, we're gonna have our friend Samir come on, and he's not caught up, so
no spoilers.
And it's a big spoiler.
I don't know anything about like, so I'm caught up with the anime, but like I don't know, like all I know is there is Emo Deku, and there is I think there's Dark a war Deku that happened or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened? What happened?
What happened?
It's about to get real good. Yeah. I can't wait.
It's going to get nutty, man. See, I'm telling you, season 6 is going to be crazy. It's going to be really good.
Definitely.
People finally get their Bakugo Deku kiss.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it animated.
Been waiting for that.
Yeah.
That happens?
Like, full on just...
It's like, wait, where's this going now?
Wait, is this actually true?
I think I read the wrong thing.
Oh, man. It was interesting that you brought up about the whole Netflix streaming JoJo thing because announced a couple of days ago, I don't know if it's what you were talking about, but as one of the pieces of news, I don't know if you have it down, but supposedly Disney Plus is getting the streaming rights to Bleach for Thousand like Blood, or what's it called, the
1,000 Year Blood War.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking to myself, Disney Plus, for Bleach.
Like, what?
Hopefully they just bought it, and hopefully they just had it all ready, and they were like, "We'll give you money," and hopefully that's it. You know,
it's just such a.
I think it was just a bidding thing. Hopefully they don't put their hands in it. You know.
Yeah. As far as I read, it's just like a rumor, so I don't know if it's confirmed.
Right, it's not confirmed yet.
It, but it's just so weird. I'm like, Disney Plus is going to get Bleach, the stream.
So funny.
Disney's trying to jump on the anime wave.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They're...
Well, the Star Wars thing was pretty cool. It was like mixed. I don't know if you watched any of the Star Wars Visions stuff.
I haven't yet. No.
Some of it's pretty cool. It's like, I want to say, what, 50-50? Like, half of it's pretty cool.
I want to say like 70-30. I think I personally I liked most of the episodes. There was probably one or two like we mentioned that we were like, it's all right. But none of them were bad.
No.
You know what I mean? But there were just some episodes that it was just way better. It was like, this is awesome. But what's cool about Visions, if you're not familiar with it, is that there was 8 episodes.
8, yeah.
And each episode was directed by like a different studio. And so just the art style of every episode was completely different. Like one
The
with
Trigger had one.
Trigger had one.
Oh, I
and
thought
then,
Trigger did the whole thing.
No,
No, they did 2.
I think 2 episodes. The one who did Shield Hero also had an episode. Cloverworks, maybe. I forget
I know. I think it's
I think
Cloverworks.
so.
Yeah, but they did one also.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's on It's on Disney. Sorry,
Disney Plus. Yeah. No, they're.
Yeah, I know.
No,
I instinctively said Netflix, but yeah, if you ever get the chance, they're not long either. Like 10, 12 minutes, right? They're like short episodes. They're not that long.
Wait,
Maybe
I thought some of
short.
them were 20. I thought they were like 20.
Yeah, maybe.
Like
I could
regular.
be wrong. I know some of them were short, and then some of them were like a normal episode length. But yeah, really cool stuff. And then they announced. I don't know if it was at Disney 23 or like they have like their own thing that they announce stuff at, or if it was sometime earlier in the year. But they announced that there's a season 2 of Visions coming out, and I'm really excited about that. So that's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Because I really liked
All the different animation styles too was awesome.
Yeah, exactly. What else you got, Dan?
No, I was just gonna talk about. You were talking about watching weekly anime. I kind of fell off with watching weekly. The only ones I'm watching weekly right now is Devil is a Part-Timer season 2.
Let's go.
Oh,
yeah,
Let's go.
love it.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun to watch.
It
I
really
watched
is.
season 1 and I'm like,
Years ago.
It was
so long ago.
Yeah, no, but like, have you watched season 2, episode 1?
Yes.
In particular, I never felt like, no spoilers, but like, I never felt like, yeah, get away, gross. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's so fun. I love the whole series. It's so great.
Yeah.
More people need to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know why it took so long to get a season 2. Also, it was it came out in like 2008 or something like a while ago.
2013, I think.
13?
Something like that. Yeah,
Nah,
I think it's like early 2010s. I think so.
Or maybe I was thinking about the amount of years.
I mean,
'cause it was like
I was about to say it is 2022, so you think 12 years
9
ago was
years.
2010. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's,
But yeah,
so it took 9 years.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, I feel like Devil is a Part-Timer. It was one of those shows, like a high school show. You were in high school, and when it came out, so that's how when I think of it.
Yeah.
So, but it is wild to see that after like 10 years, it got.
I'm glad it came back and it's good because
Yeah.
which one did I watch recently where it was Shield
Hero.
Yeah. Yep. I was so excited. I was like, the first season was great, and then I started watching and I was like, it was kind of like a chore. But I mean, they quickly are like, yeah, season 3 is coming out, and everyone who read the manga is like, no, this is going to be much better. This arc was kind of rough.
Okay.
So I will finish it, but I was watching that weekly and then I just stopped. I think I got to episode 7 and I was like, oh man, it felt like a chore.
It felt like generic isekai. And I was
Yeah.
like, I can't.
Yeah. And they didn't really put any budget into the animation. It kind of was just the same as the first one, you know? Yeah.
The only thing holding it up was, of course, the guy doing the music, Kevin Penkin. So that's
Oh, yes.
that's all I was
Yeah.
watching it for.
Yeah. I will go finish it. But I've been watching Call of the Night also. I don't know if you were watching that. Jen, you watched the first episode as well.
I did.
It's so cool.
I'm already cosplaying.
Yeah. The
Next
first
week.
episode. You were like, I'm doing it.
I was just like, this is it. I was like, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
I was like, I love bitches like this.
Jen just sees like some interesting character in an anime. She's like, I'm ordering the outfit right now. That's it.
Ordering.
Ordering right now.
Yeah. The vibe is super cool, like the animation style and
Yeah.
everything, and just they put a lot into the environments.
Mhm.
Yeah, it reminds me of like a lo-fi visual aesthetic kind of.
It's like the comparison I can think of is with the OST being full, like it's fully done by a band called Creepy Nuts, right?
Yes.
And like the last time I can remember an anime doing this is like all the way back in like Fooly Cooly with the pillows.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh,
wow,
Fooly.
for me to like relate an anime all the way back to Fooly Cooly, that's awesome. I just love the aesthetic and like the vibe, like you said, from Call of the
Yeah.
Night. It's great.
Creepy Nuts were in it. They wanted to be animated in it. So they're like in an episode. I'm like,
Yeah, they are in an episode.
I
Yeah.
didn't catch that.
I didn't either until I saw like later. I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah.
them? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you watch the newer Fooly Cooly stuff?
I watched, what was it, Alternative and Progressive?
Yeah. How was it?
It's not as good as the original.
That's what I
what I've
heard. I was like,
heard.
fuck. Because I didn't hop on it right away. And then I saw the reviews and I was like, oh man. I'm like, I don't know if I want to like watch it and spoil it for myself, kind of.
The
but-
pillows still do good.
Yeah.
Like similar to in a way like Shield Hero season 2. I just at a certain point I just watched it for the pillows. I just
Okay.
wanted to hear like their soundtracks against like the anime.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Just for the vibe.
Now, you mentioned before that you cosplay sometimes, or you kind of called yourself a cosplayer? What have you cosplayed in the past?
So in the past, so right now I'm like on that Chainsaw Man high.
Yeah.
All right, nice.
Super good.
That's how I met him.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Anime
You
NYC.
doing a Denji?
No, Chainsaw Man, not Denji.
Oh, okay.
I went full on. Yeah.
That's kind of yeah, okay.
Full on though, yeah.
Yeah. Should I? I really want to talk about that trailer, but yeah, we could.
Yeah, no, we can talk about it.
okay.
That's fine.
So-
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so that Chainsaw Man trailer, right? It like, I knew I was gonna freak out at a certain point, right? But I didn't know I would freak out at like second one. I like when they started walking, I'm like, bro, that like animation, how
So
is it like? How am I freaking out? Second one, just seeing 3 characters just walk to a place.
Bro, I'm telling you, Mappa Studios.
I'm so happy you went to them.
It's Mappa Studios is just slapping right now. Like
Yeah.
anything they get handed, they're like, "We got this, bro. No issue." It looks so clean.
Yeah.
Like
I've been holding off on reading the manga just because I was like, you know what? I've come this far. I think I'm just gonna go in fresh.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned on last episode about how they announced that they're not holding back any of like
Yeah.
the gore
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
censorship.
Dude,
There's
Oh,
like,
no
I mean,
can't wait for that.
even in the trailer, you just see like the saw come out of his head.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be
They have
so
to.
awesome. This is going to be so
I was
sick.
watching it at work, and I was just like, I was freaking. I was in the corner, like, yes. And my coworker's like, "What's going on?" I'm like,
Don't worry about it.
Just nerd stuff.
Like, I love Jen tweeted out, she's like, Power's voice is so, and it is good. Like,
Yeah.
they chose
Yeah.
a perfect voice
Yep.
for Power. I love,
It's exactly what I imagined.
and I
Yeah.
love that they chose the scene where she just comes in and it's just like, gravel humans, my name's Power. I'm like, let's go.
Perfect.
It's so good.
Same
dude.
voice as Charlene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so fucking awesome, man. Dude, it's gonna be so nutty. Oh my god. It's definitely gonna be like a weekly watch. Like,
Oh,
no
yeah.
doubt.
Oh, easily. It's gonna be like
100%.
I think it's gonna because I remember watching like Attack on Titan, right?
Mhm.
And like in my back when I was watching like high school, everyone was like talking about it. Even like people that don't watch anime. And it was like the weirdest thing, but it was also awesome. So I'm fully easily, this is going to be even bigger. I feel like than Attack on Titan. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no, I feel like a lot of people, even like, I feel like Jennifer might be surprised when her coworkers are going to be like, talking about Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
I fully expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like, it's so funny you mentioned that. I remember back in high school when I think I was just graduating because like 2013 is when Attack on Titan season 1 came out.
Yeah.
And it was just that wave of people bringing up Attack on Titan that have never watched anime before.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it was crazy how it's had that effect. And now it like happened with Demon Slayer in like
Yeah.
2020 or 2019. It's just like, yo, you see the show Demon Slayer? I'm like, have I seen this show? Bro, you know who you're talking to? And I feel like, again, the same way that, like you said, Chainsaw Man probably going to just bring in a whole new wave of people who are like, this is fucking sick. And I think Attack on Titan kind of had that same effect where it was like the shock value where like people are just dying in every episode. And I think Chainsaw Man might have that same effect with the gore. Like people who are into horror stuff.
I was going to
that
say,
might be
probably bringing
into-
some horror fans.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
Excited.
ooh,
Yeah.
you know, this is wild, you know. It's definitely gonna be crazy.
It's crazy because I was gonna mention that I had the first Chainsaw Man manga in my bag at work, and one of my coworkers at the time,
Cats?
they're fighting.
Cats are playing.
One of my coworkers does not watch anime at all or anything, and I like mentioned anime, and he was just like, "Nah, man, never watched anime, whatever." And I was just like, "Can I change your mind for a second?" And I go in and I pull out my manga, and I was just opened up a page, and I was like, "What do you think of this?" He's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, that's that anime shit? And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's just like, and I'm like, and they're making it like an actual, like, they're animating this. And he's like, well, I'm gonna have to check that out then. And I'm just like, there we go.
You ever see the gif where Shaq was on Hot Ones and he like tastes the wings like, ooh.
Yeah.
He opened the book and he went,
Yeah.
Yep. I feel
Hell
like that's
yeah.
going to be horror fans when they see Chainsaw Man.
Oh
Like,
my
I don't
God.
like anime that much. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
Chainsaw's
literally, like,
coming
me,
out
like,
again?
I'm a very big, like, horror fan. Like, classic horror is, like, my life. And I know some of these people that are not into it are gonna look at that and be like, yo, this is fucking cool.
Hell
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, that everyone, there's always that one anime that people can get into. For me, when I try to get my friends into anime, it's Death Note. Because Death Note just has like that serious tone to it and stuff.
And it really does. I mean, yeah, they adapted it into for better or worse, they adapted it into a live action thing, but it does have that appeal where it's just like, oh, like a lot of different type of people. It has like good mainstream appeal, you know? Yeah,
it's just also like the psychological part of it where he, you know, like, oh, I'm Kira, you know, I'm trying, and it's like they're trying to figure out who he is, and like, oh, you know, I'm God, I can control whatever, but
no spoilers.
Well, you know, sorry, but yeah, my friend John, he was like, I watched Death Note, like you said, it was really good. Yeah, I was like, I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to deviate or veer off from Chainsaw Man too much because I know you're cosplaying as Power. Do you think you'll cosplay as how do you say it? It's like the red haired chick?
Makima.
I was trying to figure out how to put the words in. I'm like, I know it starts with an M, but I didn't want to fuck it up. Do you think you'll ever cosplay as her? Because I think you can do it.
You think? I don't know, because I feel like she's a very strong character. Like a very like I'll step on you character. And I feel like her aura is so intimidating for me. Like I'm much more like a little more either goofy or I try to be a little like dainty or like evil. And it's just like her, she just has this like power about her that I'm like afraid. Like I'm intimidated to cosplay her, you know? Like, I don't know. But I was like, I want to. But like
is that who Jinx cosplayed?
Yes. Yeah, one of my close friends,
very
Jinx,
good.
she cosplayed and she gives the she gives that power off. And she just cosplayed like a character from like the newest.
And she's the sweetest too, though.
And she's like the sweetest person ever, but as soon as she cosplays like these serious characters, it's like her aura changes and I'm like, I'm even intimidated of my own friend.
Yeah, she gives off that I'm gonna chain you up and you're gonna follow me vibe. Exactly. Like, here's your collar, now walk with me.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like I don't know.
But that's just how her character is.
Yeah.
She's very like again.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much, but yeah, you know. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
This is when she cosplayed, right?
Oh, it's so fucking badass.
Right?
It's so badass.
This is when my friend cosplayed her.
Ooh, okay.
And she just like gave off the I'm like
Oh, if we're talking about like auras and like cosplay, I think the funnest cosplay I've ever done is I've cosplayed Nero from Devil May Cry 5.
Let's go.
And like I don't know, I felt like that was the most that I've ever felt like in tune with like a character. He's just any sort of Devil May Cry character. I don't know if you guys know of it or anything, but it's just
which game? Because I know he's in 4 and I played 5. So I know he's like the main character.
The main character.
Yeah. So I don't know which like if he has the same outfit or like if they give him a different look.
They give him in Devil May Cry 4 and 5 he looks different. In 5 he has like a shorter haircut and stuff like that. But like no, it's just any sort of Devil May Cry character. It's just wacky. Every character is wacky and like they give off like cheesy one-liners, but they're like, you know, they're still badass, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, I love it. So, like, I remember going all out at Katsucon back in 2020 before the COVID thing happened. Yeah. And, I was just like, my friend was taking pictures of me doing a slow-mo, I was spinning around, doing all this stuff. It was just so goddamn fun. I cosplayed like Nero for like 2 years or something like that, and like everyone or not everyone, but like quite a lot of people are like, hey, are you gonna still do it?
Gonna bring it back?
Yeah. I'm like, I think I should retire. Maybe I could bring it back.
Yeah, for like one of the days. Are you gonna go to Katsucon this year?
I want to. Yeah. I don't know, we'll see. I got college, so we'll see what happens.
Right.
But like I'm not gonna lie, I do think about cosplaying Virgil. I like Virgil a lot, so we'll see. Yeah.
Every time I think of Virgil, all I think is, now this is power. And then or like the video where it's like someone sends you like a chick and she like goes to pull her top up, but then it's like he cuts the screen and the music starts playing and then
I've never played it. I've only seen the memes.
Dude, it like that's all you need to know, honestly.
The music's so damn sick too.
So. Oh yeah,
it's so good, especially in 5. I mean, again, I've only played 5, so I really can't have an opinion on the other games, but like 5's music is so fucking awesome because like when you play as Nero, you kind of get more of like an electronic music, but then when you play as Dante, you get more rock in the background when you're comboing stuff. It's so cool.
I never played a game where like I love my games where it's like we're supposed to talk about anime.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Listen, the title, what was it? An anime podcast mostly about anime?
Yeah.
Or a nerd podcast mostly about anime.
Yep.
So we've talked about games before. So
Yeah.
talk about whatever you want, man.
No, like I was about to say, I just love like video games where the music is in tune to what you're doing, and Devil May Cry does that so damn well, especially in 5, because like once the battle theme kicks in, there's like a rating system of like of like D through triple S. Yeah, and the better you do, the more amplified the music gets, and like it just makes you feel more badass if you get better and better at like doing combos and everything like that. I just love it. Like me talking about it right now, I kind of want to go back and replay it. Yeah.
Real quick. Can you guess what the triple S stands for in Devil May Cry?
Super, super sexy.
Very close. Very close. No, it's super sexy styling, right?
Oh,
Yeah. It's the announcer, like once you get to like A or S, he starts saying like he's like super, and then it just goes super sexy styling.
That's awesome.
When you hit the triple S, and
That's great.
It's such an awesome fucking game.
Yeah, I know it's like very quirky.
It is so good, but
That's
like
so cool.
like one of when you're playing Dante has like 4 or 5 different weapons you can switch between, because that's just like his character and like style in that game. And one of the weapons you get is a hat, and the hat has like a blood like scarf thing hanging off of it, and you can like throw the hat and it shoots out stuff. But when he gets it, he looks at it and he goes, huh. And it flips on his head and it starts doing like a Michael Jackson dance. He's like, ooh, and I watched a streamer where he was like, this game doesn't make any sense. I have no idea what's going on. And then that cutscene happened, and then he just walked up and like he was like, what is this? But that's just
makes perfect sense.
That's just how all the Devil May Cry games are. They're like you said, they're serious, but also like really kind of like cheesy / goofy. It's so awesome. Especially Dante's character in 5 is just like laid back, doesn't give a shit. He's like, relax, we got this, and just blows up like a bugs or whatever they are, an alien demon. Is it demons or that they hunt?
Yeah, I think so. I don't
yeah, they're like demons or something.
I think Nero is like one of the best video game characters of all time.
Really?
Like, I'm not gonna get into spoilers, but like near the end, I was like, I never seen like any fictional character do that. You know, just him. Like,
was that the sex scene or was that?
Yeah.
No.
There's a lot of sex.
It was very like heartfelt. Like,
so the opposite.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, definitely hard recommend if you haven't played it.
Okay.
See, what's cool about Nero?
They have it on PC or?
Oh yeah, it's on Steam.
Yeah.
I have it on Steam.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Cool.
But one thing I like about Nero's character, like his weapon is like you charge it up, because it's like a motorcycle handle. So what happens is when you're comboing, I think there's like a button you push to rev up your weapon, and it like just goes on fire and it does even more damage, and it's so fucking sick. You just like start.
Yeah, once you get the hang of it, it's just
you go nutty. It's really good. I really liked V too, like kind of his playstyle where you controlled the like the summon, or I forgot what they were called, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's
like
very
the
new.
crow and like the animals would come out and help you. That was really fun too, playing as him.
Yeah, I enjoyed him. Trying to think. Yeah, his is like the most interesting, but Dante is like crazy, absolutely crazy, to the point where people are like, I don't really know how to use him because he has like too much stuff.
And you're like, bro, you just like do a couple combos, switch weapons, change it. And my favorite with him was using his sword, jumping up in the air, and then switching to guns and do like the circle thing, like straight down.
Gunslinger.
I always loved that move. Is so much fun. So you would say Nero is your favorite cosplay that you've done, or you said it was like the most fun you've had as a? You'd say it's your favorite, probably, right?
That is hard.
I'm digging in.
It is definitely like the funnest. My favorite, I don't know. Some days I'm like, maybe it's Nero, and then other days I'm like, maybe it's Chainsaw Man. I'm not sure. Yeah, but those two are like my biggest.
What would you say, like, is the, like, when you're working on a cosplay and you're done, like, which one has made you like the most proud? Like, you finish and you're like, this looks perfect? Is it still Chainsaw Man or Nero, or was there like something else that you worked on? You're like, I can't believe I did this.
Well, I'm just gonna put this out there. I don't work on it.
Okay.
Buy it and just become the character.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But yeah, no, again, it just depends on what day it is.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
But other cosplays I've done, it's like Norman from Promised Neverland. When I was into Promised Neverland, Kotaro from Zombieland Saga.
Mm-hmm.
There is, I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. Let me pull up my Instagram.
Yeah, all good.
I've done so many. I don't know what I've done.
Lloyd Forger from Spy Family.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
Hanako from Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Let's see. Of course, yeah, Nero. What's his name? Hoen Kyoma from Steins Gate.
Oh, okay.
That's
Cool.
sick. I wanted
Nice.
to do that at some point.
Hell yeah.
Steins Gate is one of my favorite anime. It's so good.
Yeah. I have my first cosplay on here, which is back in high school. I cosplayed Greninja.
Oh, that's sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Greninja is like
Can I see that?
one of my favorite
yeah.
Pokemon, if
I'm
not
so
favorite.
curious how that you did that.
It's not like professional at all. I actually, it's like one of the few that I actually made, but yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
Ooh.
The only issue with it is that because I went as Greninja for like my high school did like Halloween, like they were big into Halloween, so like when I went as him, every single class, it's like, so I see everyone has dressed up, and I go one by one. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm just
gosh.
saying, I'm like, I can explain. So like, I remember first period, it's like, I was like, hey, so I'm Greninja from Pokemon, and like, I had like, they didn't know what the hell I was talking about, and then I remember like going all the way down to like, I don't know, sixth period, and I'm like, I'm a Pokemon.
It's like Pikachu. Yeah.
Yeah, like-
whatever.
Yeah.
You just
It's
got
just like it.
you just got more and more depressed. You're like, I'm just a Pokemon.
No, but it was fun. It was fun. My friends like understood what I was, and like it was just fun. It felt like a con, but in school. It was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's usually how
That school
Halloween felt.
That school didn't do anything cool.
Dude, when my first year of high school, I swear, like, the more classes that went on, everyone just got lame with their costumes. Because when I was a freshman, every like senior, they all did group costumes, and this one group, they all did Dragon Ball characters, and they went off.
Oh, that's sick.
They went off. Like,
Hell
this
yeah.
one dude literally painted himself green, like Piccolo and everything. I saw them walking in the hallway as a group. I was like, I was in awe, because, like, as you guys know, Dragon Ball was like my first ever anime, my first love. And I was just, I wanted to be friends with these people so bad.
That's so cool. Yeah, I never had anything like that. But I also graduated before anime came out, so.
Yeah, I never really had any crazy anime stuff in my school either. Everyone's kind of lame, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of normies.
Losers.
Wait, that was me.
that was-
Shout out to Central High School.
What's it called? You guys went to a show last night, or a concert.
Oh,
last
yeah.
night.
Yeah, the symphony. It was a lot of the Ghibli music.
Yeah.
Joe Hisaishi. It was awesome. They did a lot of just visuals from the movies to go along with the songs. And
He had his daughter sing some of the songs.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that was so
it was
cool.
beautiful. I was just crying. I was just hysterical. Like, I was just turning around and looking at Dan, like as soon as, like, the note for us, I was like, here it comes, here it comes.
It was just so cool to see it live, especially because, you know, you could just tune into whatever instrument and then kind of look for them on the stage and you're like, well, there it is. It was just so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. It hit different live. Like it really,
really did.
It really did.
It hits different.
It sure does. Yeah.
I went to a symphony as well, and it was for Kingdom Hearts.
That's sick.
And
Yeah,
it
we
was-
almost went to that.
Yeah.
It was so awesome, and just like you said, we were on the like the balcony level, so
Okay.
we kind of had like a whole overview.
Nice.
And I don't know if they applied the same rules when me and my friend Chris went, but they were like, "Oh, no video recording."
They didn't say anything.
They didn't say anything.
really?
But
no.
like people
we still
were very
tried to be respectful.
but
Yeah,
people
everyone
were very
was.
respectful. Like they would get 2 seconds and put their phone down immediately.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, guys, I saw you put it on Instagram. You were just like,
Yeah,
All right.
I was just like,
"Yep, yep,
because I didn't want to be like,
yeah,
you
exactly."
know, I just like did it really close by, and I was like,
Yeah, I guess it's just one of those like it's just one of those things that you do at like an orchestra, or when you go see like an blah. An orchestra, Jesus Christ. But I guess it's more or less you just sit there and you listen.
Yeah.
And I actually really like that they told us not to record anything, because it's like one of those moments where when you go to like another show or a concert, everyone has like their phones out, but like it was just no one.
Yeah,
you know, it's just
it keeps
like,
you in it.
Yeah, and it really just made you sit there and listen and appreciate the music. And again, it was so cool. Just they had like a screen where the gameplay would be, or like the intro to like the first Kingdom Hearts and then the second, and they just started playing it, and I'm like, oh my god, it
sounds so
awesome.
dumb, but I was just like, you know, from being in a band a while ago, I was like, this is just a big band playing perfectly in time now. I'm just like, they're just so good at what they do.
Now, when you went to the Ghibli Symphony, it was actually like the composer, like
yes.
That's so cool, because the same thing with Kingdom Hearts, like the composer came out and they, like, thanked us, but I don't know if he said anything on stage, but they had like for Kingdom Hearts they had a translator, because again, you know, they're Japanese, but it's just cool that they, you know, flew all the way and did the tour. It was like a tour, North America tour.
Yeah.
And
he was up there playing the piano and everything, conducting all that. It was super cool.
Yeah, he did a little note.
Yeah.
Like he
did a couple notes up there, yeah.
It's so cool. It's just seeing the master at work. You're like, holy shit.
And like you just saw like the passion as he was like conducting, like,
And then we saw the one girl in the choir who was just like, she's the weeb. She was just like going off. We were like, she's the weeb.
She's that person that was a Ghibli fan since childhood, and she
then
grew up and like
now it's my time.
I'm a part of this bitch now. Let's go.
Yep, absolutely.
Because I think it was like the New York Philharmonic or something like that.
Yeah. It was super cool though.
Was Utada Hikaru in the Kingdom Hearts orchestra too?
No,
she didn't come out.
No, she didn't come out.
That'd be sick.
I was thinking to myself, I'm like, what if she just happens to be in New York and like comes to our show?
Was she from New York or?
I'm not sure.
No,
she's from the States. I don't know where though.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm
gonna find her address.
I can't say anything or else
Let's go visit.
I'll be a liar. But yeah, I was like,
I would freak out.
Is she gonna come out and sing Sanctuary? Is she gonna come out and sing Face Your Fears? Or
yeah, she's from Manhattan.
Let's go.
Girl, where were you?
Yeah, right. Why did you show up?
You were right there.
Yeah, but it was so cool because they did Face Your Fears, and obviously in the game it was like.
Did Skrillex come out or?
Yeah, no. he rolled down a DJ set. No, but it was so cool because they did the orchestra version. So like when the part that like Skrillex did, or like the EDM part, it was all just like violins and stuff.
Oh, that's
it was
sick.
like so cool seeing a different rendition of it.
Yeah,
and that was awesome. And then they did Don't Think Twice.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, they did Don't Think Twice. That was like one of the last songs because they went in order. They did like one. Chain of Memories.
Did they do
Birth by Sleep,
from 358 over 2 days? Like Dirge of the. Oh my god, that is like one of my favorite just tracks from a video game. Just the medley of all the pianos. I'm just like,
yeah. They chose like a couple of songs from each game.
That's cool,
and it was cool because again, like it almost followed the story like on the screen. Where it's like they followed like the chronologically the games.
Yeah,
or timeline in the games.
Timeline.
That's what I meant. Yeah, timeline, not. When they released, but it was just like so cool.
And this is where he traveled to the future, and this is him young and old, and this is
yeah. Oh, and this is another version of him from the.
It's not complicated. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, it was like so cool. Like when they did "Don't Think Twice," and I think I forgot her name, but the composer hopped on the piano and like played for "Don't Think Twice," and it was like so cool because it was just her at first, and it was just like the spotlight was on her, and everyone's silent, and everyone is just. Appreciating the music, and there was a bunch of cosplayers too. We saw an Aqua and a Terra, and I was like, yes, but they were like dressed up. Like almost like
they were going to
like a ball sort of thing.
That's adorable.
And it was exactly like Terra was in a suit, but it followed his color pattern, and then Aqua was in like a nice blue dress.
I was like, those are the real.
And they had like obviously like the hair and stuff. It was so cool, and they had their keyblade, like they had keyblades.
That is cool.
It was so cool because we were walking up on the second floor, and we see like. Down below, people are like raising their keyblades up. And I just taking a picture.
I saw a lot of people in suits there too.
Yeah,
and it was funny too because it's just like you could tell you don't wear a suit normally. Just regular nerd hair and stuff, and they're just formal suit.
They're like, I have to dress nice for this. I think.
And you know what? It gave me people dressing up for minions. That's what it reminded me of.
Oh yeah.
The group sing.
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah,
I did exactly what he did, but not for the Kingdom Hearts thing, for the Final Fantasy 7.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's so sick.
I went as Cloud. I never posted it. I don't know why, but yeah, I went as Cloud Strife, but like in a suit.
That's sick.
I love that.
Cloud suit.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
cool.
I went to the I don't know if you still have like stuff from the. Oh,
go
okay.
go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, no. So, with the Final Fantasy 7, I remember because like with what you were talking about with like the what was it 358 over 2 days,
Yeah.
right? There was. I remember they played the biggest like song, and like I thought they weren't actually at a certain point. I'm like, oh no, they're not gonna play the most famous like song from Final Fantasy 7, which is basically Sephiroth's theme.
Oh,
Yeah.
The
Let's
one-winged
go.
angel.
Yeah, one
Oh
winged
my
angel.
God.
Yeah, and like what's funny is the way they handled that is it is the funniest because like the composer was up there and he or the conductor I mean and like he was done right. And then he was like, all right, guys, goodbye, right?
Oh, they
And then
did
he
it
walked
as an
off,
encore?
right? And then, yeah, everyone's clapping, and then he comes back on. And we're like, is he gonna do it? Why is he back on? And then all you hear is, dun, 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 dun,
Oh.
and I'm like, oh my god!
But did it start with like dun? Dun
Yeah. Like
Let's
you
go,
knew
yeah.
from like the one note. It's like they're doing it. I'm losing my mind.
Did,
That must
did
have been
like
so
everyone
cool.
freak out, or it's again when you go see a symphony, it's hard for you to like freak out
Freak
when
out
the music's
respectfully.
playing. Yeah, so like you're like freaking out to yourself. You're like, holy shit, let's go.
I think some people expected it, but like for me, I was like, "Oh god, they're doing it! Yes,
That's
they're
so
actually
cool.
following through."
they're actually doing.
Yeah. But when I went and cosplayed as Formal Cloud, I went all out with my ticket. I went bought the most expensive like seat and everything. So I was in the VIP area, and
Oh,
I felt
hell yeah.
I felt like I'm not gonna lie, I felt like the Queen of England for whatever reason. Because like first of all, like so it was like I think it's like the Hammerstein, no Carnegie Hall. It was at
Okay.
Carnegie Hall, and the VIP section or like it's like the first balcony. That's what they call the VIP section, and it was all like red carpet, right? And I remember like sitting down, and I was like in like the front row, and like I remember some people like waving to me because I was cosplaying, and I'm like.
In the VIP section.
I'm just like
Yes.
waving down.
Oh,
Yes,
like,
it is.
were you like royalty where you're in like that like on the wall on the side of the wall and you just hello everyone.
Now that you mention it, I think I literally was like next to the wall too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it's me.
And people just started waving. They're like, "Is he someone famous?"
Yeah. Bro, that's Cloud. He's really here. He's like, do you not know what we're here for? Yeah, dude. Did they do a Tifa's theme?
Oh yeah. That was so like some of the music that they played, like Tifa's theme. It's just I never like heard a whole like crowd of people just like just how do I explain this? Like they're like. Just like
They're not ready for
like,
it.
They're about to, they're about to like.
It's like
before
what
they
Jen
cry,
said. Like Jen
I'm
was like, they played that one note. And she,
yeah.
It's like I know it's coming.
It's like doo doo doo, and then everyone's like, oh.
Now, was this for the remake or was this before the remake?
No, this is for the remake.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Like Tifa's theme in the remake was like it's so beautifully
I'm
done.
still playing through the remake.
But you're in the beginning, right? Because you go into the bar because that's when Tifa's theme plays.
Yeah.
is when you're in the
No,
bar.
I'm just saying I'm still playing through it. Yeah.
Okay. But like it hits so good. It's just so beautiful because it like again it starts off with the piano and then you just hear like the and then it just it's I don't know. Sometimes I just play it and I just sit in my chair. I'm like, this is beautiful.
I
I can't even imagine it live. It must have been.
Yeah. I still have like I played the Intergrade like thing DLC, and like I think the one that gets stuck in my head is what was it? Not the battle theme for Yuffie, but like the overworld theme. If you played Intergrade, I'm not sure if you guys.
I didn't play Intergrade. I'm just trying to think because I played the original. So
How
I'm
long
trying
is
to
it
think
with
of her.
Integrate? Like hours
long is
wise? Yeah.
It's not that long. It's like
'Cause I'm only like 20 hours in.
mm,
Well, doesn't Integrate just add some extra missions with
Yuffie.
Yuffie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So I don't
It's
know how
like
long
I
it is.
think it's like 5-10 hours, something like that.
And then
Yeah,
like
I mean,
the remake
good.
itself, how long was that? Like 30-ish? 40-ish?
I think more than that, right?
I think so. It's like,
Yeah, like
maybe
40.
like 40, maybe
So
50.
I'm
I took
halfway there.
I took my time. I was enjoying every single like detail and like background and like, oh my god, I can't believe they went this
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
like all out. It's
It looks
yeah.
great, yeah.
I don't know if I said it on the podcast before, but I remember when Final Fantasy VII Remake came out, I literally said to everybody I talked to about it, this game is probably the best looking game I've seen at the time. Like it just, like you said, the amount of details on the characters,
character models,
the environment, the atmosphere, that it just
The NPCs
everything-
not always, but
and then even like the upgrade, like when they did the next gen upgrade, it just even better. It was like, this looks amazing. It's so clean.
that was one of the games I bought for PS4 and then didn't have time to play it. So then it came out for PC and I was like, I'll get it for PC. So looks gorgeous on there.
Just max settings, everything.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Put the PC to overdrive.
Yep.
I'm gonna overclock my PC GPU.
I did. I sure did. Gotta squeeze all that out.
I see that on the corner of my screen. I had to be a therapist for some of the people that are excited about that.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
not excited actually. That shouldn't say that.
They're not excited?
Do you want to talk about
what
it?
is
Yeah,
it?
so we're looking at Haikyuu, which ended in what, 2020, the original anime run or something like that?
So season 4, yeah, there was season 4, and I think it aired 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
So there's 2 films coming out for, I guess, sequels and the ending. Like, more. Yeah, you know, yeah. A sequel but ending. So what, people are not excited about this.
It's a huge problem.
Yeah.
The reason why is because it says Haikyuu anime gets 2 final films, just 2 more. There are 110 chapters that they have to cram right in those 2 movies, and so far the anime has been like it's been great. Like honestly, one of the best sports anime definitely like out there. So for them to just like, I don't know, it just seems like it's like a beautiful, like car, right? And then it just out of nowhere, most likely we'll get into a car crash and start burning throughout. And I'm just like, no, don't do this to me. Why?
That's rough.
Yeah, there was like some people that were like, they messaged me being like, dude, I can't believe they're doing this. And I'm like, don't worry.
So you think they need, what, at least another season and then the 2 films probably, if it has 110 chapters? So you think maybe an extra season and then 2 films would have been good enough?
I think it's like, I think the main consensus is like they need like 2 more seasons
2 more
or something
seasons.
like that. Yeah, something like that. But yeah,
And
what
that
they're
is not enough.
yeah, what they're doing right there, like with the 2 movies, it's like, no, don't.
That's rough
don't do
because,
this.
yeah, what are they going to cut out? A lot.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But like,
And there's not
it's just,
filler really, right?
No,
In the manga,
no.
no.
I don't think they're like, I haven't read the manga, but like I'm pretty sure like as you read on, it's like, every moment becomes more and more important. So like, I don't know. It's just for them
sucks.
to just like they're gonna do some like they're gonna cut some stuff. I don't know. I'm kind of like bummed because I'm like, damn, like I was anime all the way throughout with Haikyuu, so now I'm like, oh,
Now you gotta read it.
They're forcing me to read this now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We
I can
watched,
yeah.
what, 17 episodes of it, and just for no reason,
Yeah, we
just
fell off.
took a break and fell off. Yeah, but it was very good.
It was really good.
How was it through season 4? Was it still just the same quality? Like, very good, or?
Oh, season 4? Yeah, well, okay, here's the thing, right? Season 3 was like the best. Like season 3 I think is like the best, like in terms of just sports anime, just in general. Season 3 is like, I felt like I was watching like something like the Super Bowl or an NBA Finals. That's what I was like.
Wow.
The crowd noise plays a factor in how they were playing, basically.
That's
and
cool.
like they have their own chants and everything too. And it was just the whole vibe is just like, it's so
So they nailed
grandiose
it.
and amazing. Yeah, they
That's
nailed
cool.
it. Yeah. So like, if you're asking me about season 4, it's like coming off season 3, of course, it's gonna like take a step down. But
I got
like,
you.
it had to, because like then it introduced I think it introduced like more characters, and like they're trying to get like let you know how they are, like who they are as characters. And season 4, I enjoyed it. For what it is. Yeah.
Okay. I gotta go back to it.
Bro, it's so funny because I was scrolling on Twitter when they announced about the Haikyuu movies, and I just saw this picture where it was like, you know, the scene where the guy with the pizza walks in and like the room's on fire.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it says Haikyuu fans checking Twitter, and it's like coping with bad jokes, final crammed into 2 movies, 110 chapters rushed and chopped up along with our hopes and dreams. No season 5, and like the whole room's on fire.
That's insane.
I'm like, oh no.
I want a meme where it's like you took a picture of like me and Dan, and Dan's like, what? Like Dan's confused, and I'm like.
He ain't ready for what.
So what are they mad about?
Oh, you don't know. 2 movies? Why?
No, that's terrible.
I think
Now let me explain.
I think they probably saw the success of like Mugen Train, and they were like, we can do better. 2 movies. Let's do it.
But that's not the.
But like
the Mugen Train arc was what?
Like 10 chapters? No, it was
20
like
something.
Well, I think.
Just the Mugen Train, maybe 20 chapters. It wasn't a lot.
Yeah, the Mugen Train arc in the manga, I think it was only, I remember reading through it, and it was like, I remember it took up a volume and maybe a half.
Okay.
So like 15, it was like 15 chapters for one movie.
Sounds good, yeah.
So yeah,
that's about
okay.
right.
There's a lot to flesh out.
Haikyuu's gonna be like, hey, do you remember that
56
one time
chapters.
flashback? That was like 5 chapters of important stuff. Don't worry about it. We move on to the game.
Remember that last game and that game before it? You remember? It was super hype.
Yeah, and then they just have like 30-second flashbacks real quick.
Oh god, what a nightmare.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I can just your face is like, this is gonna suck so much.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe they'll somehow pull through it. No, I don't think so.
Plus,
We'll
the
see.
movies are 3 hours each. Then maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I wonder how far into production they are of the movies, because I wonder if there'll be enough backlash where they're like, please just make a season 5.
Pull a Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Like, don't do it.
The fans win.
Unless if the movies are like 3 hours long.
Right.
And they're just like, don't worry, guys, we're putting everything in.
Can we trade how they're handling Haikyuu with like Attack on Titan? I kind of want part 3 to be a movie. That's my opinion.
That would be freaking sick.
At this point, with how much they covered now, they could do that.
Like, without spoiling, I really wanted to see like the final fight like on a big screen. I really do. There was so much moving pieces. So, like, I don't know.
And the scale is
and then like in the theater, I want like every like in the background, all you hear is from like, you know, the rumbling.
Yep.
Yeah. Like every single man. Why isn't a movie? Come on.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
It's just, it sucks they already announced season 3 though. They're like, we're working on it. No. Unless if they do something where I know sometimes episodes can be like shown in theaters. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like you can go to a theater to see the showing of that.
I guess it's not the same though. I mean, kind of. But like, it's better than nothing.
It's just 25 minutes instead of an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's true.
You're like,
they'd have to do
unless they do like
episodes.
a 2-episode part, or maybe I don't know.
Like the last 3.
I want to see the movie's reaction to like, you know, because everyone's talking about the ending. I want to see like the crowd's reaction.
And I'm
like the anime only people.
And I wonder if they're gonna keep it the same, because there were all rumors of like, oh no, they're gonna do a different ending for that anime, and I'm like, I don't think so, but. See,
it's not horrendous.
Did you?
I read it. Yeah, it's not like complete like garbage.
Because did you read it as it came out? Because they did. What was it? Chapter 139 was the last one, or something like that. But
something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, they did that, and then that was it. But then, like a week later, they put out 0.5, which was, and now if you go back, it's all one chapter. But originally, it was the ending, and then there was a 0.5, which is like. The ending.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're toying with their hearts, basically.
Yeah, it was very interesting because, well, for me, I'm like, okay, if they did just before that half a chapter, that ending, I'm like, it's kind of lame. But that little 0.5 chapter, I mean, people are going to be mad. You know, plenty of people are going to be mad because it's the anime community, but I liked it personally.
It's just... there are some characters and they go completely against what they've been established throughout the beginning. And it's like, you shouldn't, that's not a part of your character. Don't say those words, Yeah. So, yeah.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Man, it's the only other piece of news that I have was about the Demon Slayer video game.
Oh, okay.
And it sucks because Jimmy has the game and plays it, and he's not here.
Yeah, poor Jimmy couldn't make it.
The only thing about the game
believe
is the only thing that they announced is that they're adding like the powered up Nezuko as a character, like the demon like.
Why are you doing that with your hands?
Why are you doing that with your hands?
I mean,
is that motion?
I wasn't even intending it like that.
FBI, he's over here.
But guys, she gets older when she turns. No, guys, I could explain, please.
Coming from the man with a 5-foot diva figure.
Oh, speaking of statues.
She's over 18. It's okay.
It's like, please, this is how I want
She's over 18. It's okay.
Okay, so there's a 4-foot tall Beserk statue that can be yours for $1,500.
Let's go.
And it looks pretty tight. I don't know if you want to take a look.
Oh my
god. Looks pretty
How
cool.
big is it supposed to be?
That's 4 feet tall, so it's almost as big as Brian's 5'7" diva statue, which he uses for his own unique purposes. But it looks really cool.
No one knows about the Sukin compartment.
You gotta find a big jar.
Bit of a pocket.
That's like a case at that point.
Have you guys seen the pop-up parade for the I think it's Guts?
No.
It's like it's not it's been what was it, number one in terms of like figurines for like a good like whole like month or two, and like well deserved basically.
Oh,
it's like
it's him in the demon armor.
I think
right?
so. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's what the armor's called, so don't hate me.
Yeah.
But they started the pop-up parade started doing like the L and the XL versions.
Yeah.
And
This one?
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I think they're making it into a large version, so it's like
That's super
instead
cool.
of it being like $20 or $30, is like the $50 or $60 version, but it looks like really nice.
Yeah, it's not. It's completely like budget too. If you're like don't want to spend too much on figure, that is like the the de facto like you need to get that if you're a Berserk fan or
It's so cool.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Wow.
Yeah, and the pop-up parades are like they're good quality too for the cost.
Yeah,
In my
that looks
opinion.
incredible. Yeah.
And then now that they're making like
How much is this about?
I think it's like 50, right?
Right.
Oh, 8,800
80?
yen.
Oh, okay.
So that's like 80.
That's
something
like
dollars.
60,
I think
70.
80 yeah.
Yeah, which is
It's
still
almost
not
like
that
divided by
bad for a
100.
figurine to
For
be
something
honest.
like this, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got to think that the pop-up parades right now, they're like about this tall. So I would imagine the large it's got to be pretty good size.
Yeah,
I know, and I remember the XL. I know the XL pop-up parades they say they're almost the size as like fourth scale or 1/4 scale bunny figures. Like the bunny figures are like really tall.
Yeah.
The XL figures are about the same height as those, like 13.
Okay, yeah, this one's like
14
11 inches tall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Is that? I wonder if that's like the sword though, because like his sword. Is
assume with the sword
It's
too.
all sword.
Wait, did I already talk about Main Abyss season 2?
You said you watched it, but you never really got into it. I asked you like what your favorite, like what you.
Yeah.
Dan asked you what you were watching. And
Yeah.
you said Main Abyss too, but you didn't get into it.
I was just pulling up. I was like, what should I like?
I still never watched season 1. I slacked. I wanted to watch it, and then it just like it came and went, and then I'm like, I'll get back to it. It's still in the back catalog.
It's so funny because you look at it and you're like, oh, this show looks great, and then you watch it and you're like, oh,
Looks
damn.
Well, I hope I'm not taking like too much of it.
No, not at all.
It's fine.
No, we don't have much to talk about.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, as far as news goes,
Couple things in the Crunchyroll Expo. Then we got Kakegurui. They had a prequel series come out more about Mary Satame, which dropped on
watched
Netflix.
that.
Oh, how was it?
Okay. It's just more Kakegurui.
Right.
If you like Kakegurui,
Yes.
you'll like it.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Perfect. Okay, good.
That ending theme though, I still listen to it like sometimes on the daily. It's too good.
I like
It's-
the first intro is like one of my favorites.
No, that ending. I'm telling you,
Yeah?
Kakegurui. It looks like a K-pop like video. Like it's on
That's
that
cool.
quality. Mappa's like, oh, you're impressed by the Chainsaw Man trailer? Well, let me flex on you some more. I'm like,
Oh, my deck of cards.
Mappa.
Did Mappa
Calm down.
Did Mappa animate Kakegurui?
I think so, yeah.
The first
Believe
season?
so.
Yep.
Oh, the first season?
I
Since the
know.
beginning.
No
I think
wonder
so.
why it looks so good. The
Yeah.
map just doesn't miss.
Yeah, basically.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't
dude.
know if there was a different one for the first season.
When we while Dan's looking that up, when we went to Katsucon and in the hotel, I remember when we got back, it was at the end of the night, and Jen's like, "Oh, just throw whatever you want on," or maybe it wasn't at the end of the night. I think
Mappa
maybe-
also, yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing,
Maybe it was
yeah.
before we went to the con actually, because we got there early. So, but she was like, "Yeah, just there's Netflix. You could just put on something, I guess." And then I was like, "I wonder what to watch." And then there was like the anime pro, and I was like, "Oh, let's watch Kakegurui." And we were watching, it, and I was like, "This anime is like so awesome. It's so good because of just how over the top it is.
Yeah.
They're just like playing cards, and all of a sudden
It's like
their
gambling Food Wars.
Their expressions are just like ridiculous. And
Yeah.
then there's like the crazy chick with the gun who's like,
Yeah.
"Let's see.
Oh,
if,
yeah.
let's see if I'm gonna live today."
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I remember
And-
the first time I've watched Kakegurui, and I was like, oh yeah, like they're in the high school, and they're all like, a lot of the girls, they're cute, and then they start like they have that like ugly face.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Like, oh man,
Was it Mary? Is
I
that
love
her
it.
name?
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them get like the weird,
All of them
crazy
have
They
that,
do
thing.
like the
yeah.
grin and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
It reminds me of when they would do that in SpongeBob, just like the really detailed, ugly
Yeah.
animation.
Okay, I shouldn't say ugly. I should say it's like
Intense.
very
Yeah.
intense.
yeah.
Yeah,
Intense is a good word for that.
yeah.
Yeah, it Dan put it perfectly. It's like Food Wars but gambling. It's just like these players gamble to like get off, They're just
Yeah.
like the chick when she was in the bathroom and it's like, "Let's see if I live," and she like shoots and she doesn't kill herself and she's like, "Oh, this is great." I'm like,
It's a
"What the
lot.
fuck is this?
It's a whole lot.
This is a lot."
When
I
these-
remember when that episode was starting, I was just like, Brian's not ready for this.
I was just like, and then what's it called? What's her name? Yeah, starts with a Y. The main character, Yumiko. Okay, I'm so bad with remembering, but yeah, Yumiko, when she loses like all of her money and gets down to like the bottom 100 or what, I forgot what they're
Yeah.
called with the tags, and then she's just like, "Yes, call me a dog," and I'm just like, "Yo, this is some kinky shit." There's some people watching the show that are like, "I gotta replay this scene." Real
If
quick.
you
Hold
think
on."
that's kinky, Chainsaw Man, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've just dabbled on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It is. I've read up to like they just started again. Like they start serializing it again. It's like part 2, whatever. I'm kind of halfway through part 1, so I'm not even like fully caught up. But I've seen some fucked up shit already. It's just nutty because you gotta watch it or read it or whatever.
Oh, Chainsaw
Yeah.
Man Part 2?
No, I'm talking about just like the kinky stuff in the manga.
Oh, okay.
I've seen some weird stuff already. I'm sure there's even more weird shit like further on.
I haven't talked about Chainsaw Man Part 2. I can't believe myself right now.
None of us have read it though, so it's okay. No spoilers.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course,
you
no
can talk about it
spoilers.
without spoilers if you
Yeah,
want.
of course, no spoilers, but like...
Except for like the headless chicken body that everyone
Oh
loves.
yeah, good old,
That-
good old
that-
Bucky. Yeah.
That was just a meme. Like it's like the part 2, the first chapter for part 2. Like I remember, like the only picture I kept seeing was like the chicken. It was like a rotisserie chicken, just talking and shit. Like, what is this? I have no idea who this is.
It's the important part.
It is the important part. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Mitaka is like one of my favorite, and that's one of the characters in Chainsaw Man Part 2. She's just, I don't want to get into detail, but yeah, I like her a lot.
Is
Okay.
that the chick with the eye patch or?
She has like a scar.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Oh,
a
yeah,
two-way scar.
Jinx cosplay.
I've probably seen her.
Oh, did I ruin that for you? I forgot. I think I got excited and I was just like, yeah, she's this
You
character.
kept
this and that.
kept telling me things, and I'm like,
No.
stop. And you're like, no, I just want to tell
I
you this.
feel
And I'm
bad
like,
that he
just
has to
stop
live
it.
with me because I ruin everything.
Like,
We've established this.
I
Here's
ruin
a-
everything.
I'm like, just stop. You're like, it's not a spoiler, and then you tell me about like, and I'm like, you tell me about like the statuses of people's lives, and I'm like, of course it's a spoiler. Like,
or,
like, oh, I thought you knew.
or it's vice versa. Like Dan will know something Jen doesn't, and Jen's like, "You gotta tell me, tell me,
Yeah,
Dan,
you
tell
want
me."
the
And you're like,
spoilers.
"No, like just go read it."
Can I talk about Me in Abyss?
Oh,
season
yeah.
2?
Yeah.
I was like scrolling through. I was like, if I could talk about one of these animes I'm currently watching, which one should it be? Yeah, no, easily Man of Abyss season 2. It's so good. Like it's easily the best thing that I'm watching like this season.
oh,
To the
okay.
point where I'm like, yeah, no, this is like contender for anime of the year. Easily.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Better than season 1?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. It's weird though, because it's compared to season 1, it's much more like slower paced, but I kind of enjoy it.
Okay.
Like because they're really fleshing out. Like I don't want to spoil because you guys haven't watched season 2, but like in the one area that they're in, they're just hanging out in there, and like I was just talking about this with a friend like just the other day. Like they're in this area and they're learning about how like what the rules are, and like how like these creatures, like how they conduct themselves, and like they're just learning about this place. And it's like,
so it's like world building.
Yeah, the world building is like insane. And like the fact that I can compare this to like even like the last time I felt this way about like world building in any piece of like media was like when I watched like Black Panther. Like I wanted to learn more about like Wakanda.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that. But
that's cool.
With Main Abyss season 2, it's doing like literally that. Like I am with the main characters. They're curious about like the abyss. That's the whole point of the show. So for them to have that curiosity, but for like the viewers to also be in the same shoes as the characters and be like also as curious, as invested as the character, it's like great. It's
that's cool.
God, so good.
So it answers the questions that you have that the characters also have, kind of.
Yeah, like you're both literally in the same shoes, just asking the same questions, being like, yeah, no, how, what, I don't, okay.
That's awesome.
And yeah, no.
How many episodes in is it to the second season?
So far there's 6 episodes, like halfway
cool.
done. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So.
See, I like when an anime can draw you in like that. And
right.
I felt that way about Attack on Titan, because you're just like, what are these Titans? What's outside the wall? What's these people, like, what's their purpose? How'd they get here? And you're just asking the same questions as the characters. You're just trying to find out like the answers like they are. And I think season 3 was more of like the political and world building stuff of Attack on Titan. It definitely was, but like, you know,
until the end.
Season 3, when you find out about the basement, you're just like, what? You know, and you're like, no. I love when, again, I just love when anime can do that. Just really like drags you in and you want to know more. You want the answers, you know?
Yeah.
And then you go read the book. and then you go read the manga.
And then you can't wait and you read it. The only other thing I have is just, you know, some of the stuff out of the Crunchyroll Expo, which happened recently. One thing that I'm excited about, Tower of God Season 2. That's a webtoon that they adapted. Season 1 was pretty good. They didn't go crazy with the budget, it seemed like, because it was their first time. Well, not the first time, but the first time recently going for like a webtoon adaptation. So, you know, the art style was pretty cool, but the animation was like, you could tell they pulled back a little bit. But the webtoon is really good. I'm enjoying it a lot. This season will be... You're reading it?
No, I'm not reading it, but again, gotta shout out the person making the music, Kevin Penkin. That's all like 70% of the reason I'm probably gonna watch it.
Oh yeah.
I hope it'll be good. I really do. Like I remember
the webtoon is good.
Yeah. Well, no, I heard the webtoon's good, but like 2020 was like the year where in anime it's like, oh, manhwa's gonna like step in, and like the manhwa they chose to adapt, or well,
God of High School,
like the way they adapted that. Yeah, God of High School, Tower of God. I think there's another one called like Noblesse, and like
yes, which I think they tried already to adapt Noblesse.
Yeah, it's just the thing is that all of them weren't like hitting the same peaks as like, you know, just your normal like, you know, shonen anime.
Right. Tower of God I have the most faith in when they fully adapt it. God of High School just it jumps the shark like so many times.
The fight scenes are so good though.
Oh yeah.
The fight scenes.
That's what I'm excited about, especially like it's almost over now, so I'm like it's kind of like the final boss fight, and I'm just like, if they get to this, it's going to be crazy.
You know what analogy I like to use actually with, because Mappa made God of High School.
Yeah.
The analogy I like to use is Mappa made God of High School. Oh God, what was the analogy? It's like God of High School walked so Jujutsu Kaisen can run.
Oh, right.
Jujutsu Kaisen can run so Chainsaw Man can flourish.
Yeah.
Can flourish.
That's good. That's good.
Dude, we have so many banger animes. Like I was just thinking, like we already mentioned Chainsaw Man, God of High School, and then We got Mob Psycho season 3.
Oh, Mob Psycho's gonna be
Jesus,
it's gonna be incredible.
Dude, it's gonna. My cousin is so high. He's like, bro, Mob Psycho. We got, and then again, like Tower of God,
yeah.
Tower of God, and he's like, dude, Tower of God got in.
This one stays consistently pretty good. Yeah, God of High School. It's just gonna be the fight scenes.
I was about to say those two are very similar, where it's like a tournament fighting anime, right? Isn't that like what the Tower God
of High School?
God of High School.
I don't want to spoil much, but no, it doesn't stay a tournament.
No,
thing.
Okay.
And the Tower of God is interesting. It's kind of a tournament, but it's almost okay. Think of like how like Sword Art Online is with that tower in the first time. It's kind of like that.
You have to go up all the levels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Mappa making season 2?
Good question.
Wait, no. Who made season 1? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know.
I thought, why am I thinking it's Mappa? I think maybe it's someone else.
Because it's a very different style. So let me see.
Because they made Tower or God of High School. I keep on getting those mixed up.
Yeah. It was whose studio? Oh, Telecom Animation.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Never mind.
Don't know.
I really do like the art style though.
It was cool. It was like refreshing.
Yeah, it's the style of a manhwa.
Yeah.
But like some people
could use it like cleaned up a little bit, but
it's not bad at all.
Same style, but like more fluid animation would be like perfect for me. Because some people want it like just new modern style, and I'm like, no, I like that they're doing something a little bit different.
A little bit different, yeah.
Yeah, I would just clean up the animation and like keep the art style and be good to go. And what else came out from this? They went more into My Hero Academia season 6, which is going to be cool.
Ooh, and
have you read any of the My Hero? No, you're not caught up.
You just anime, right?
Just anime.
Yes, just it's gonna be a lot better.
Is that in October?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god, this is so
it's
many bangers.
So dark. And like that's not what I expected, because at first I refused to watch My Hero. I was just like, oh, it looks like a fucking
it looks like a kid's show. I'm like,
I was like, I don't know if I want to watch it.
And it like was at first.
I literally had to get like horribly sick one day where I had to be home from work for like a week, and I was like, fuck it, I guess I'll watch My Hero. And then I immediately got sucked in. As I got further, I was like, I'm about to turn this off, I don't know. And then it just hit to this one point for me, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that one point?
Toga.
Maybe
she saw
Toga.
She saw Toga and was like, I need more of this. I'm gonna keep watching.
You know what? I don't like you reading me like a book here.
Was what towards the end of season 1? Maybe you started getting a little more grabbed, or beginning of season 2.
You know, for me, it was a lot of the villains.
Yeah,
the villains is what really got me, because I'm like, they're so cool.
Yeah, when they actually had stakes to it, that's when it's like, all right, cool. And I think the end of season 1, there were a couple fights where it's like, all right, things are getting a little more serious.
Yeah.
Because at first it definitely seemed like just a kid's anime, and it is still in a way, but like especially now in the manga, it's getting
it is going
much darker.
Hirokoshi's going.
I was not expecting it to start going that way. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I really like it though. Like the tone shift. I think the shift really happened when like dark like Deku or like emo Deku.
Emo Deku, I love it.
They called him. Like that was when I was like, wow, he's like really putting all this on himself, and this is like pretty rough right now, you know?
Is it comparable to Attack on Titan? With that tonal shift?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think there's just two separate like entities, you know, like Attack on Titan's its own thing, and then My Hero Academia is like
and Eren. I don't know. Like, Eren is insane. Eren is an insane person.
Yeah, no, I was about to say like Eren and like that whole dark Deku thing is like a phase.
It's an emo phase.
Wait, which one's more darker then? Like
Eren.
Okay.
You know, Eren wants to commit homicide.
Yeah.
Deku doesn't. So.
And so you read the manga for Attack on Titan? Did you read like the little things he throws at the end where it shows them in like an alternate reality, which is just like modern day Tokyo?
Oh.
Yeah.
Remember you told me about this?
Yeah. Oh man, I can't really go into spoilers.
Do you want to talk? No, I don't. Because I wanted to, but like, man, like those. Look, all I'm saying is like the final panels. I'm like, you don't need to. He's like, I'm like, you didn't need to. You could have just like stopped at a certain point in like literally the final chapter, but he just kept on going, showing us panels.
That half chapter. Yeah.
Stop showing us panels, Isayama. Stop it.
Are these like feels, like it hits you in the feels panels, or you're like, why?
You'll see. You'll see. You're gonna complain like me, or you might like it. I don't know. Everyone's gonna be so goddamn divisive. I'm gonna enjoy.
I like it just because I'm like, without those panels, it would have been like, oh yeah, it makes sense. That's how it would end. So I like those panels because it messes it up, I guess. I just like it for that. Where it would have been a good ending, but I think a lot of people would have felt it was a little lackluster. With that, a lot of people are going to think it's being fucked up now. Like the ending is getting fucked up. But I'm here for it. But those random school chapters at the end, like in the Tokyo ones, I like it just because it shows that, like, no matter what, Eren wants to just do something fucked up. Like it just shows his character. No matter what, he's a psychopath. Like he craves violence.
No matter
basically.
What universe, in every universe.
Yep. Yeah, he's just like that. So like motivations is he doesn't even have to have motivations. He just wants to do what he did. He just so happened to be like, it's for freedom. I'm not gonna
spoil it, but it's like the dream, right?
Yes.
The dream. Okay, yeah. The dream he has.
Okay, so
and he's like, yes.
Mild spoilers. If somebody wants to fast forward by like 30 seconds or so, in that alternate universe, he has a dream where there was a zombie apocalypse and he had to fight for freedom or whatever. And he woke up crying because it wasn't real, because he wanted to go through that and kill whatever in his He wanted to kill a lot of things, and he was crying because it wasn't real, because he's so bored with life. So it shows his character. He wants to fight for something, doesn't matter what it is.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah.
Man needs a therapist.
To go back to My Hero though, because like I want to talk about like how I feel with My Hero as in like anime only, because like I don't know, My Hero is like so far it's like season 1 is, I can't show it, like I have to explain it. It's like season 1 is like, basics shonen, right? And then season 2 was when it was tournament arc, right. I like it, I enjoy it. It's just, Stain is so damn interesting.
Yes.
So for me, like Stain is like this, so like I love villains that when they talk about like why they're doing the stuff that they're doing, like if I love it when they actually have reasons to the point where it's like
it makes a good villain.
It makes sense. It's like, oh, okay, I can see why you're doing this. Yeah,
right.
It's
like the meme where it's like when the villain's spitting facts and you're sitting there,
right?
Like,
It has a point.
That's what makes a good villain. Yeah, you're like, no, I get it. You shouldn't be doing that, but I get it.
Like, it's fucked up.
Joker.
But like,
you're right,
I can understand
the Joker origin story.
Right. It's like I don't do that, but I get you.
Stain is like, we live in a society.
Literally.
Yeah, and then after season 2 was when it like kind of dipped for me a little bit, but it was still like pretty hype. And then season 4 hit, and then it was just like
it was fine.
It was. How do I explain this? I don't know. It's just
you didn't like the overhaul.
Overhaul was okay.
I liked Overhaul, but they spread it out too much. I think they could have condensed Overhaul a little bit.
I think I also influenced season 4 because at the same time I watched which one is it? This the second movie or the third movie of My Hero? I think it was the second one.
It had to have been the second, because the third movie only came out last year.
Yeah, because the villain for the second My Hero movie is like, it's like a watered down like All For One. And I'm like,
the guy that can have like 8 quirks, 9, and he can, and he can choose which one he wants.
I'm like, obviously they're gonna win against you. Like they're gonna fight All For One at one point. So I don't know. But yeah, season 4 I didn't like as much, and then season 5 was when I was like, all right, I'm about to check out. But then once it like, the opening plays, for like the second. Are you guys caught up with? Okay,
me and Dan read the manga, so like we're way caught up with.
Okay,
and then
Jen knows about.
You read some of the manga as well.
I read
after
some of the
season
manga,
5.
and then spoilers come to me all the time. So
any anime stuff, we've seen it. So
but the reason I bring that up is because in the opening for the second half of season 5, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I'm just like, okay, all right. And then it just turns to My Villain Academia. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, yes, the villain. Yeah. That was so cool.
It turns into like the opening kind of like, it reminds me a little bit of like a JoJo opening. I'm like, oh, you guys are doing something like, interesting? Okay.
I forgot they didn't even finish like fleshing out all the villain stuff until what'll be season 6.
See, My Hero kind of went through where like the first 2 or 3 seasons you were like interested in the heroes, and then once it got to like 4 and now 5, you're like, I want to know more about the villains.
Yeah.
Like I'm really interested in the villains.
I wish
and,
they
like,
would have done more with Stain though. You know?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah,
I wish
that
it
was a
didn't.
miss.
Like, I kind of want with Stain, even though I'm trying to remember what happened with Stain actually.
Went to jail.
he just got
He
arrested.
just went to jail.
What I want with Stain probably is like for a good amount of people to resonate with what he had to say, and then for kind of like, I don't know, I feel like you guys are gonna be like, ugh, why is he bringing up this series? Legend of Korra, season 1 with Amon. I don't know if any of you guys.
I watched Legend of Korra. I can't recall any of it though. Really.
I personally haven't watched Legend of Korra, but I watched like Avatar last year.
Well, like the villain for season 1 of Korra, I really enjoy a lot, just because it's like he's trying to advocate for like non-benders. So like he's
okay.
Yeah, so like it's like, okay, he has a point. Yeah. So like I kind of want Stain to, his words resonate with so many people to the point where now the people are like, they're like, no, actually release him from jail. He's actually right, you know, and like have the people play an influence in like, you know, part of Stain's story.
They could have done that for sure in a specific part of the manga. They could have for sure done that.
Well, what's so cool about Stain is that he only showed up for like a few episodes in season 2, but even still, like what he said and like what he broadcast or you know whatever, it still has an effect on the story and even some of the villains that they're fighting. Like his philosophy has affected so much. Yeah, and he only showed up for like so little. You know, it's wild to me. But I like the whole idea.
They could have thrown that in, like what you were saying, like have the common people come together and be like, no, he's right, let him out. They could have done that during the Emo Deku arc. They could have thrown that in like towards the end of it when they try to go, you know, get him and stuff. They could have put that in there for sure.
Yeah, I just really liked Stain's whole thing where it's just like, oh, the only heroes I kill are the ones that are just doing it for like fame, or you know, they're just doing it because
it's a job.
Yeah, and then that's why he was like, oh, you're a real hero. Like you came and saved someone, and like not because of like fame or glory or whatever. It's like you're just a true hero. Which is why I don't want to kill you.
Yeah. Or he makes a good villain. It's like, you shouldn't be killing them, but I get you. I get you.
Yeah. Clean.
Yeah.
I think my favorite character so far with my heroes definitely has to be Tamura Shigaraki.
Okay. He gets a lot in season 6. He'll get a lot.
Season 6, you're going to probably love him 10 times more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just his like origin story is like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bruh, dude.
What the heck?
All I want
That's
to do
insane.
is just...
Yeah, what? No way.
Yep. Tragic. Man. That makes a good villain too, though. Tragic backstory.
Anime's got to give us the tragic backstories, bro.
Always.
Just trying to look if there's anything else from Crunchyroll Expo worthwhile. Oh, yeah, they put out the teaser for what was that?
Ranking of Kings.
Oh,
Ranking of Kings, the special episode is going to come out. Yes. Did you watch Ranking of Kings?
Yep.
Yeah, so good. I loved it.
Best
I
boy
have
Boji.
to start reading that. Yes. Yeah, cosplay Boji at what was that, Katsucon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
It's so fun.
It's so funny because like Ranking of Kings is like so well animated. It is like so. It is so clean.
Yeah.
Like, I just watch him like this is just aesthetically pleasing. Like I'm just watching it just looks so good.
Yeah. With like the interesting arts out, like the fairy tale kind of
like almost like a book.
Yeah.
Kind of like I know what you mean.
Yeah, very cool though.
So clean.
Yeah, a lot of Japanese voice actors were like advocating for it's like, hey guys, like this anime is really damn good, to the point where it's like, damn, okay, all right,
like don't sleep on
It's
it.
really big in Japan. Remember that guy that we met at Katsu?
Yeah.
That took a picture with you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was cosplaying as Boji, and this we were sitting at a bar, and this guy sat next to us, and he like went to Japan and lived there for a little bit, or like internships and stuff. So he has friends in Japan, and he was messaging them. And apparently, like Ranking of Kings is huge in Japan, and they didn't think that anyone outside like watched it or was interested in it. So he came up to Dan and was like, "Yo, can I take a picture of cosplay?" My Japanese friends are like fucking freaking out about it. And then Dan just stood up and was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing the cosplay, and I don't know if I felt like I messaged Jennifer, and I was like, That's my man.
He's the best boy.
As soon as we
That's
walked
my
out
boy.
of the hotel room, I'm like there, like trying to get all my shit together, and everyone's just like, "Best boy!"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of chasing after you. I was like, "Oh my god!"
And I love people who are like, "Yo, you supposed to be Boji?" You're like, "Yeah, hell yeah."
Remember some random
great.
guy went up to you and asked if you were from Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, yes.
Oh, because you had the
Yes.
crowd.
Yeah. Also, yes.
Like, who do you think I am?
Did you see wings? There's no wings.
Other than that, yeah, the Shield Hero Season 3 teaser, which I'm happy that's supposed to be good, and then Bungo Stray Dogs Season 4 trailer. I don't know did you ever watch Bungo Stray Dogs?
I'm like fully caught up with that one too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Bungo Stray Dogs, I don't know what it is. Every season I watch, I'm like, oh, that was really good, and then it just kind of leaves my brain, and then I'll forget about it until I start watching the new season, and I'm like, right, these characters, of course. Yes.
Yeah, it's okay. So here's the thing with Bungo, at least for me. It's the premise is so goddamn interesting. I think it's probably like one of the best premises in anime. Right?
Yeah.
The execution could, it season 1 was good. It was very solid, but
Yeah.
like I don't know. I agree with you. I think for me it was like season 2 and 3. I was like I start forgetting like some
Yeah,
of the things that
exactly.
happened. It just didn't really stick with me. I don't know. But I don't know. In terms of the premise, though, I just love how like every single character is like. First of all, Bungo Stray Dogs is like apparently reference to the like every single character is like an author.
Yeah.
Every single power that you see, if it's like a specific author, it's referencing probably one of their like the works that they have done. I don't know. I was gonna make an example, but it's like leaving my mind right now. There's a character called Edgar Allan Poe. Like, yo,
Yes.
let's go.
Yeah, I think that's how you found it was because there was a Poe character.
Yeah, and I was just like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I enjoy it, but it always leaves my mind. I'm like, no, what happened again? Every time.
I always like think about Dazai is always one of the characters that I always think about. Like, should I cosplay as this guy?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should. I don't know. I always have it as like a filler. Like if I don't have any cosplay ideas, I'll probably go as him.
He's so
basically.
cool. I love his character.
I love his voice actor.
Yeah.
His voice actor is one of my favorite. Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah, favorite.
What's his name? Mamoru Miyano.
What else does he do?
Hoen Kilma. L, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very,
he's
very, very
goated.
good.
Kotaro. His voice. It's not a big anime, but like it's like the teaching one. It's like Uramichi Onisan or something like that. I'm butchering the name so hard. It's like about like these teachers, and they're like teaching the kids, but like, and they're supposed to be all like, happy and like whimsical because like they're little kids, but like the issue is that they're also like very, I guess, like nihilistic and very dark. So
Nice.
like there's just, I just remember the one scene where I don't know why, you guys have to see it. Like once the podcast is done, I have to like show it to you, but it's
Okay.
just the voice actor Mamoru Miyano, right? The character that he plays, he's just, it's the most realistic laugh. He's like, you said penis. And he just goes off for a good minute or two. And for some reason, the longer it goes, the funnier it gets, because the laugh is like the most genuine laugh you'll ever hear in all of anime. I don't know why.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
One last thing that I was just scrolling through Twitter and I just happened to see it. So they said that Mob Psycho season 3 is all like finished and like produced and ready to air.
Ooh.
And they said one of the episodes has 20,000 hand-drawn animated frames.
What?
That's awesome.
Holy
Because
shit.
they went off on the fight in the most recent season. You watched it, right?
Oh yeah, is it the one fight that like it looks completely like different from? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
the boss fight, basically.
Yeah, it was like
Jesus.
made
Insane.
20,000 hand-drawn.
I think it was that episode was made by the same like director or something that made like Fate, and I also enjoy Fate, so I'm like,
Okay.
oh okay, all right, so Fate in my not my hero, Fate in my Mob Psycho. Okay, all right, I'm
Yeah,
done. Let's
But
go. Yeah.
are you into Fate or Fate Stay Night or Fate Unlimited
God.
Break?
All of them?
I'm not like.
Are you
I'm not into like the whole like just
different timelines?
Yeah, I just watched Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, and Heaven's Feel.
There you go.
If you guys haven't watched Unlimited Blade Works, please do. I really like Emiya. Emiya's really good.
Is it
one of the best characters in anime?
I always get worried about with Fate. I'm like, all right, is it all tied together? Do I have to watch X, Y, or Z to watch this, or?
I'm just gonna make it simple for you because like everyone, every Fate fan is gonna be like, no, you're not saying the right thing. Look, all right, it is. You watch Fate Zero, and then Unlimited Blade Works, and then you watch Heaven's Feel. That's it. Done. You're good. You're good. And everything else that you watch in the Fate universe, after you watch those three, everything else is fair game. Just like you can watch anything on your like spare time.
Okay, basically. Cool. Because I was also.
I always wondered, I'm like, where the fuck do I start?
That's also when you try to get into like the Monogatari series, like trying to tell people how to watch that. I always have to refer to the list because I'm like, I remember
like looking at my phone, being like, all right, I'm done. Like I don't know, Kizu Monogatari. All right, what's next? Oh, Nisei. All right, okay.
I skip Neko. Oh fuck.
Skip Neko. No.
No. You should not.
He's like,
not
what?
Skip Neko.
Skip Nisei Monogatari. No, I'm just kidding. Don't skip any.
Don't skip any.
Nisei Monogatari.
It's like JoJo. You can't skip any of the parts. You have to watch all of them.
Right.
Unacceptable.
Have any of you guys watched Monogatari?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Nisei Monogatari.
What?
So you want to Nisei Monogatari, the most sus, like in terms of like, there's a lot of sus things that happen.
There's a lot of sus in the whole series because I watched that when I was a bit younger, like most of the Monogatari. So I'm like, I didn't think anything of it, and then looking back, I'm just like, huh,
yeah.
Okay.
But it has its highs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think when I keep on coming back to being like, this is the best character in all of anime. I think one of the best character in all of anime. I've said this like 5 times. Is Oshino Ogi.
Yes.
Like the way they handled that character and like, man, I can't. Am I allowed to talk about it? Like. Look,
mild
that
spoilers?
character.
Something?
Mild spoilers? No. I'm not even gonna talk about it.
Okay.
One best characters, so good. Please, it's all of it. At one point, it talks about like self acceptance, and I'm like, God, man, like any anime that's like I can use in my life, it's like yes.
There's always a message behind.
Yeah, basically.
That anime also is what got me to like read subtitles really quickly because just the amount of wordplay going on and like the amount of dialogue that's crammed in, I'm just like, okay, no, I got it. Especially when they just flash an image of like just paragraphs, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be able to read that right now, just like real quick. Yeah, and then eventually you can, but it's just like shit.
That's how I feel about Love Is War. Like because you have the announcer talking and them talking. I'm just like
it's like that times two. Yeah.
All right. Play. All right, hold on. I gotta
Love is War.
Again.
Yeah, Love is War is so good.
Did you watch the recent season?
Yeah, I still there's the ending theme, the rap one. It's so good.
Yeah.
You know, an 18-year-old made that.
That's sick.
Hell yeah.
An 18-year-old. How?
Amazing.
Well, I mean, you think about it. Like going back to the beginning of the episode when we were talking about RWBY, they had like Casey sing the main theme, and she was like 15 really young, or something. It was like, Jesus Christ,
man,
sounds really good.
Talented.
You know,
can't.
It's nutty. But yeah,
that's it for me.
I was about to say with that, I didn't realize how late it was. We just kept talking about anime.
Yeah,
but
I apologize in advance.
No, listen, no need to apologize, man. That's what the podcast is for, baby. You can talk as much as you want. But yeah, with that, Samir, it was great having you on.
Thanks
Jen,
for coming on.
Having you on. I don't know if you want to like plug your Instagram, if you post cosplays and stuff, or
if you guys want to follow me, it's at Instagram at The Soul Legacy, both 1L, and I guess I have a YouTube channel if you want to follow that for whatever reason. It's Soul Legacy, again with 1L.
Okay, yeah, I'll put it in the show notes also.
Yeah, hell yeah. But with that, thanks for listening to another awesome episode of the Kanpai Crew podcast, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.
Later.